everyone, and welcome back to Tomb Out of Time, the real-time D&D series where you too can be a part of the fun. I am your DM, Miguel the Werewolf, and we have our lovely party here to my left. This is the first VTuber-based episode of this series, so this ought to be interesting, or in the very least more visually engaging for those who need it. But, without further ado, would we like to have our players introduce themselves left to right? So we'll start off with Ben.
Hi, I'm Ben. I'm Tavern Cat Records. I'm a musician, but right now I'm playing a formerly fox turned dragon, Jackson Mulligan. Fun times.
Hello, my name is Noid, also known as Chaos Jest on Twitch. I am playing the Dampier Paladin Q.
Hello, I am Musa Musa Productions, and I will be playing our local cleric, Eletris.
Hello, I am Firefox, and I am playing Talia, our Plasmoid Ranger.
Hello, I'm Springheart. I'll be playing Groose, who is a warlock crane.
That's a good way to describe, yeah.
Why were you questioning? Why were you questioning?
If you listen to the last episode, you'll know why.
We do have a Groose-specific episode on the channel. And I've already introduced myself, but for posterity, or those who weren't listening in the back, I hope you guys are paying attention, because there will be a quiz at the end of the session. I am Miguel the Werewolf.
Oh god!
No!
I've had to do so much for work training that I'm, like, in school testing mode, but, I am Miguel the Werewolf, your friendly neighborhood werewolf, and a Steract stand-in for this funky little Tomb Out of Time, or Tomb of Annihilation twist. And, I live in fear of Talia every day.
As the gods intended.
As you should. Yeah.
Yeah.
I am in fear of Talia. She is wonderful, but she scares me. Very much. Very much.
I mean, yeah, considering where she's from and how she is, I'm not surprised.
Yeah.
We are stuck in ad break right now, so we will wait a few more minutes to do the, why can't I remember my words? We will wait a couple more minutes to do a recap, just so that those who are listening in, if you guys haven't already, make sure to catch the Groose episode on the YouTube channel. It is only available on YouTube. It was never streamed live, so you will have to watch the VOD of that up on the YouTube channel, and obviously, there will be more episodes to come. So, with that being said,
be sure to comment. Yeah.
Comments so that the YouTube algorithm knows that people like the stuff. But with that being said, who would like to do our recap for today?
He slowly looks toward the rest of the group. I would.
Looks at you with my special eyeballs.
No, your special eyeballs.
Special eyes.
My special eyeballs, I will stare into your soul.
Okay, but question. Can he actually see us like this since we are on a 2D plane? Wouldn't we just be like a thin line?
I mean, he's technically a 2D character too. He's made out of a bunch of flat pieces.
Okay, everyone press up against the wall, and then he won't be able to see us.
Where did they go? I can't see my players anymore. I can only hear them in my head. They're only
That's
in my
God
head now.
intended.
There are people in my head that cause me fear.
Dear God.
Alright. Groose. You want it?
Yes, we are out of ad hell. Sippy. it has been an interesting few weeks since I arrived in this bizarre Alice in Wonderland ripoff. Talking animals, creepy lingering undertones, and the obvious brand placement of Cheetos cheese puffs. Truly a capitalist at its finest.
What the fuck is that brand placement?
You would know, voice in my head, if you had seen the YouTube episode and commented below. Anyways, random voice as I stare at the person who said that in their head. At first, I thought I was just dreaming, but having to adapt to this new form and spending 3 days in the slammer has scratched that off the list of possibilities. Now that's all that's left is a coma and actually have anyways, I was rescued by a colorful bunch of explorers, adventurers. I'm not really sure what to call them or what to make of them. Ichabod, my feathery friend, has convinced me to tag along, and they didn't seem to be against it, so off we sail along the coast to, somewhere. I'm not 100% sure. I have been mostly keeping to myself, helping with tasks if asked. But it seems before they met me, one of them was, and I quote, turned into a dragon, and then, unquote, beauty shop dropped out into another. Perhaps he'll hit it big and change once more. Not gonna lie, riding on his back to freedom was quite a treat. What wasn't a treat was another one of them going out on the deck of the ship late at night and turning into a big blue dragon. Like, bam! Angry dragon under the moonlight, lashing out at everyone. Considering what the worst outcome of a fire-breathing dragon on a wooden ship is, the fact that he only lost an eye in the process is a miracle. He ended up passing out after he transformed back into his humanoid-like form. After that, the air in the ship felt really heavy. It really concreted that no one was safe, not even in their own bodies. There you go.
Jesus Christ.
That's an ominous. I want to say this is with amusement. That is ominous, and I love it.
Huh?
You get a cheese ball, which means you get a DM inspiration.
Alright, this is now the team cheese ball.
It is, in fact, the team
It is
cheese
a
ball.
team cheese ball.
Excellent.
Alright, so last time, you guys just beat the utter crap out of Electrus, who turned into a very feathery, fluffy were-dragon. And
That's a way of describing it.
I mean, he did have feathers. He also shot lasers at you guys, so the sun is a deadly laser. But yeah, so you guys basically saw Electrus turn back. He was completely in the nude. Groose got him a towel, and when he realized that his eye was popped out and sitting on the floor of the ship, yeah, he kind of blacked out. So you guys resolved.
Oh wait, the eyeball is there?
Well, it's destroyed. There's no way to fix it.
Ah, damn it.
Yeah.
It's like seeing a crushed grape. It's not going to get
Ah,
Yeah.
No.
fixed. Fun fact, eyeballs are filled with juice.
Oh.
Good to know. Good to know.
yes they are. I'm surprised that this is news.
Not to me.
That's not news, we just don't want to hear about it.
Yeah, it's not news. It's just like,
I don't want to think about my own body
I got it.
like that.
Well, you're just gonna have to think about the fact that your eyeballs also have their own immune system, so have fun with that. Your eyeballs are
Yup.
itchy now.
They can get cold.
They can't get colds, but your body will attack them and not recognize it as its own tissue if it ever figures out that they're there, so.
Not if I
God.
insert chicken noodle soup into them.
Just pouring hot chicken noodle soup into
I
your
would
eye.
not. I would not recommend that for obvious reasons.
Oh yeah, guys, don't do that.
Do not pour
Chat, don't do that.
do not pour hot chicken soup into your eyeball. We are all made of bags of different fluids. We're just a colony of a bunch of cells that decide, you know what? Let's work together. It helps us survive better. And then all the body just looked at the eyeball and was just like, "What the fuck is that?"
Separatists.
God.
It's Quebec.
Fucking separatists! What?
Sorry, I had too much caffeine today.
The eyeballs speak French. Okay. So, to make a long story short, we're going to have a little bit of RP time, both so that Groose can get more acquainted with the party, but also so that Electrus can come to terms with the fact that he is now half blind and has disadvantage on all ranged shit now.
Oh, fun.
Shit.
That's the fun. I've had, in my very first campaign that I was a part of, our sorcerer lost his eye. So that was fun. But that's a problem for later.
Oh God.
So, you guys take shifts watching over Electrus. You guys kind of tied him up in one of the bunks and made sure that he didn't move. And, does anyone in particular want to address Electrus, or do you guys want to roll for it?
I'm fine rolling for it if y'all are.
I'm fine rolling for it.
Yeah, you guys go ahead.
Alright. Everybody, roll me a D100. Whoever gets highest will be talking to Electrus. Obviously not you, Electrus. You're not optional in this situation.
31.
Yeah, talk to yourself. No! Come on, people.
Eh.
Could have beat an 84.
Oh.
Alright. We just need Q.
Hang on. Need to reset roll 20 real quick, because it was taking its sweet ass time trying to load.
It do be a Sunday.
You have no proof I did the roll command on Twitch.
There we go.
Alright,
The anagram! Okay, got it.
Fire and Spring roll me again. Let's see who gets higher this time.
Oh boy!
I don't
come
think
on,
it's
come
going
on.
to be...
Yeah!
Wow! 99!
God.
Avoided the social anxiety.
Alright. So, Xerxes is currently on deck taking care of stuff. Like, everybody, it's currently the daytime. Electrus, you slept until, like, noon. Because you were tired as shit after having your body absolutely, like, rocked like a hurricane. So, we will just put Electrus down here, and Talia down here. Electrus, you come to, and you realize that you are bundled up and tied with a bunch of ropes in a hammock. You're clothed again, and you're still missing your eye.
So this is what having no depth perception feels like.
Can't say I've experienced it personally. Comes Talia's voice from not too far away from you, actually. And she's currently, you can tell that she is in the middle of disassembling and cleaning out the weapon that, I say disassembling. More like she's basically just doing maintenance on the pistol that she got from Xerxes.
Quick question. Was it Electrus's left or right eye that he lost?
I think it was your left.
Yeah, it was the left.
Yeah.
And what side of him is Talia currently standing on?
Talia is
You're currently standing on
Well-
his right side.
yeah.
So Eletris, he's not going to turn his head, but his eye just kind of like, he's kind of regarding her in his periphery. Just I would imagine not. Not with aim like that.
She doesn't say anything for a moment as the pistol kind of clicks back together when she has the chamber cleaned out, and she just sets it aside. Well, it certainly seems like you're yourself again.
Yeah. For whatever that counts for.
Accounts for more than you think, otherwise you wouldn't be here. And I'm not saying that from my own personal regard.
About the me being here bit. I didn't get to decide that. I didn't get to decide any of this. I just... Why is this happening? I die, I get put back into this amalgamation of a body, thrown into a place that I know absolutely nothing about, and now there's... Apparently, there's now something in me, this piece of something bigger. I didn't ask for it. And I nearly killed everyone here because of it.
One, you're here because a fuckwad decided that he had nothing better to do with his time than to drag a bunch of souls to a place of his own choosing. Two, unfortunately, that's just how things happen sometimes. Trust me, when a being of chaos decides that they want to do something, it don't matter a fig what you yourself want. You just have to deal with what happens afterwards. And three, at the very least, it seems like you've managed to keep some semblance of yourself. So, it's not like you're entirely lost to whatever took you. I've seen what that looks like.
You say I've managed to keep a hold of a part of myself. When it comes to, like, with his hands bound, he's trying to gesture to everything in general, but, you know, he can't move. When a deity tells you that You're just a container for a piece of something divine. How do I know where I end and that begins?
Talia sits up straighter, her back now touching the surface that she's leaning against, and she just closes her eyes for a moment. Just. I'm not going to say that I have all the answers. There's no fucking way that I could. You know, I'm not exactly from around here myself. And this is all, quite frankly, above my pay grade. But, seeing as you're not taking this the most kindly, then I'd say you decide where you start and where it ends.
Right. Because my decisions matter.
Talia cracks open an eye to look at you. If decisions didn't matter, if they didn't matter at all, trust me, things would not be the way that they are right now. If there's something that you believe in strong enough, that's worth everything, then you put everything into that. And if you don't have a sense of self, then you don't have dick all to have worth in, yeah? So if you're gonna fight for something, you might as well fight for that. And you can tell that deity or whatever the fuck decided to try and twist you to whatever they see fit to go suck a fat one and make it count.
That's when Eletris just kind of... He turns to look away from her before muttering, God, you suck at pep talks.
I'm holding it.
She's quiet for a moment for just. Well, it wouldn't have been my choice to be the one that you woke up to anyway, but considering the joke of a universe that we're in, I guess this is one of the poorer ones. At any rate, I should probably have Xerxes take a look at you now that you're awake again. And, you might not want to be out on deck at night for a bit.
Without looking at her, he just kind of waves his fingers to indicate the rope. Just, well, if it isn't broken.
Yeah. You can toss that at my feet too if you want. It was at least until we could ascertain how much of you was still around. You seem to be more or less yourself, so most likely those won't be on you much longer.
Yeah, he's just not going to say anything after that.
Before Talia leaves, because she had gotten up and rekitted herself, but before she leaves, she stops and she looks at Letras just. I don't regret what I did. I did what I did trying to make sure that myself and everyone else would make it out. But I don't think that what they did was necessarily the wrong thing either. And I can understand if you've got resentment towards me. So, and with that, she takes her hand and she digs into her side, and she's going to pull out a chunk of herself.
Okay. How big of a chunk do you want to pull out?
Let's see. So an eyeball is like what, a $50 size, give or take?
More or less, yeah.
Okay. So a little bit bigger than a $50 and about the same volume. So she digs that out, and she's going to kind of hold it towards Eletris before dropping it to the ground and using the butt of her rifle to completely smash it and just ruin it, basically.
Alright, Talia, go ahead and roll me a Constitution saving throw first.
Sure.
Alright, so the good news is that, because you're taking it from your hip, right? Okay. So you're going to take 4 damage for that. The good news is that it can be regenerated after your next long rest. Or short rest, either one. Oh no, everybody died.
So without another word, she's gonna head upstairs. She's not going to dwell on it, but that was her, like, I've done you damage, I can't replicate the same, but I am willingly tearing out a part of myself and refusing to, have it reincorporate.
Alright. So you head up to the upper decks. Do you fetch Xerxes to take a look at Eletris?
Yes. And so Talia is going to take a turn at the helm, so Xerxes can do what he needs to.
Alright. Q is currently
Q was
steering.
temporary mounting it.
Talia can do whatever Xerxes was doing in the meantime.
Sure, I'll do that then.
Eletris, would you like to have a dialogue with Xerxes, or would you like to pass?
I'm good with having a dialogue with Xerxes if we've got the time for it.
Well, the good news is today's mostly an RP episode, so a lot of character stuff happening today. But yeah, so Talia basically sends Xerxes down. He doesn't really say much to you, Talia. He just gives a nod, and when Xerxes comes down, Electrus, you see he's got like a little medical kit on his hip. And he just kind of takes notice of the little bit of slime on the ground, and he puts a little towel over it. Mostly because he doesn't want to step on it. Sorry, Talia. He doesn't want to step in the
okay.
goop. But yeah, so with how tall he is, Xerxes only has to kneel next to it, but he basically pulls up a little stool and starts kind of looking you over and double checking your wounds. And Electrus, you just see as he peels away the temporary eye patch and starts pulling out the gauze in the socket and starts packing it with new stuff. It's just like, well, not an ideal treatment situation, so I'm sorry if this stings.
Just do what you need to. It's not your fault.
Yeah, so you basically, Electrus, you recognize what he's doing. He's basically dabbing the gauze in alcohol in order to disinfect the wound. And he basically looks to you and asks, do you want me to stitch the lids shut, or do you want us to find a prosthetic when we get back?
I think I'd prefer a prosthetic. Just... I don't know.
Xerxes ponders for a moment. And he's just like, you know, I've been trying to figure out a little bit about myself, and I might be able to come up with something at least temporary if you want.
Well, I'm open to suggestions.
Well, as soon as the bleeding's stopped, I might be able to form you an amber... I guess ball might be a good option to or good way to word it. It'll at least keep the eye socket from collapsing until we get you a better one.
Yeah, I prefer my sockets uncollapsed, thank you.
That's when he just... you can't quite tell... It's a little hard to tell with the fact that he has a bug mouth, but you can tell that he's kind of got, like, a smile is just, like... I'd prefer at least letting most of our party members keep their eyelids. I still can't quite get a hang of blinking like this.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Here I am griping about losing an eye when, well, at least I can blink.
Well, I'm not one to compare injuries. I think you overheard my discussion with Q at camp a little while back, yes?
I wasn't trying to eavesdrop.
Well, let's just say losing limbs, or I suppose essential body parts, is nothing new to me.
What about... What about losing parts of yourself? Beyond the physical.
Like a part of your, I guess, soul, for lack of a better word?
Yeah. Though, I guess in my case, I don't know if I can say I've lost it or if it was ever mine to begin with.
This is basically, Xerxes is going to ask you about it, and you don't have to explain in full what all Seth told you, but he's basically going to ask for an explanation on that.
Yeah, and he's basically going to give him a Cliff's Notes of what Seth told him about the piece of Ehekatl.
Yeah, you can kind of see, like, a little plate above one of Xerxes' eyes. Like, he's basically doing a raised eyebrow a little bit, and it's just like, well, do you feel like a copy of a god?
I don't even know what that's supposed to feel like. Where I came from, gods were kind of hands off.
You see as the eyebrow raises even more, it's just like, you do remember we're both from Earth, right?
Yeah, but I don't know what version of Earth you're from. I know the year. This is so fucked.
Is Tobey Maguire still Spider-Man?
Who?
You don't know who Tobey Maguire is?
Apparently not.
That's when he bonks you on the head with one of his hands. It's just like, oh, you sweet summer child. You didn't get to see the best Spider-Man of your generation.
It would have been even more fucked if Electrus went, who's Spider-Man?
Oh my god!
Is
Oh.
just are you referring to Tarantula Hawk?
That's when Xerxes looks down at himself. It's just like, for once I'm not. But moving on from the point.
Full circle.
I don't even remember where the Tarantula Hawk... I remember it. Oh, right! Baldur's Gate! Or the Tarantula Hawks! I knew it had something to do with D&D, but I couldn't remember if it was this or if it was Baldur's Gate. But yeah, you just see his Xerxes' wings kind of buzz a little bit. It's just like... he just points to himself.
Not gonna lie, you did kind of remind me of him a little bit, but he's like a guy in a costume.
That's when Xerxes kind of thinks for a moment, is just like, well, I guess I'm just a walking costume now, considering that I can shape change.
Silver lining?
He gives a shrug with his bottom pair of arms. But, he continues kind of packing your wound with gauze, and he pours a little bit of, like, he doesn't pour the alcohol directly in it, but he's kind of, like, he's working at some of the wounds on your body, and it's just, like, I bet you're, feeling kind of monstrous, for lack of a better word.
To put it mildly.
Well, I can't say I don't relate. I mean, between you and me, I've learned a lot of new things about my body, and some of them are interesting.
You can't just say that and not give an example.
Alright, Electrus called it evens or odds, I guess.
Let's go evens.
That's when, Xerxes thinks for a moment, and then he basically just leans in really close, and it's just like, so, I did a little bit of reading on bugs, right? I have both parts. And he's just got this very embarrassed look on his face.
See, Electrus's mouth just kind of opens in just like a silent, ah.
I have that, and I have a little chamber where I'm supposed to store honey, and my heart is weird, and my blood smells funny, and I can't blink, and I have this third eye on my forehead that I can see out of all of the time, and the world is so pixely when you get so far away, and I think I need bug glasses.
See, now that we've got some gold on us, I'm wondering if we both need therapy.
I'm a retired military veteran. I need more than therapy. This is meant to be a heartfelt moment, and now these two are just shooting the breeze.
I mean, if it's helping him, right?
Yeah, Xerxes is just going to kind of look over Eletris and is just like, Did you have webby fingers before?
Not to my knowledge, no.
That's when he shimmies one of your arms out, and, you notice that your palms and your fingers are a little bit more kind of like, not scaly per se, but kind of webby. And you've got little itty bitty, pointed claws.
Ah. Well, that's not gonna weigh on me at all.
I mean, you said the thing that talked to you was a snake god, right?
Yeah, so I've been told.
At least you still have hands.
And now I am very thoroughly afraid of losing further appendages. Thank you, Xerxes.
That's what Xerxes thinks for a moment, is just like, well, if you lose them, I guess I could just make you a prosthetic arm so that you can still have arms.
That's true. Get myself some robotic limbs like Luke Skywalker.
Xerxes blinks for a moment, is just like, wait, you've read The Holy Skywalker?
Wait, do they not have Star Wars in your timeline?
Star Wars is an entire religion. How do you have Star Wars and not Spider-Man?
I don't know. Wait, was Mark Hamill Luke Skywalker?
Yes.
Okay, we found a point of convergence, I suppose.
The wider lore of this entire thing is fucking fascinating.
Our improvised
So-
lore.
This is just implying that Star Wars survived, but Marvel Comics just did not take off whatsoever.
The plot twist is that a Sarac has actually been going back and changing things in timelines for interesting dialogue options.
Motherfucker!
Bro's like the fucking cursed Doctor Who. He's got his own, like, TARDIS equivalent, and he goes back and fucks with time.
No, he's not cool enough to deserve that shit. Fuck no, no.
So he's just
Professor
like a
Y.
knockoff of the
God.
God. After a few
He's
moments,
adding reasons to the list.
It's now a scroll.
it's a scroll of reasons we're gonna beat the shit out of this old boomer man.
He just starts rolling down. Keeps going for 3 miles.
It's Radigan. Yeah, it's Radigan's scroll. It's Radigan's fucking scroll.
Oh my god, yes.
Yeah.
Eletris, as Xerxes' continuing treatment of you, you just see his, like, his, what are they called? Mandibles. His mandibles kind of scrunch up as if his nose were scrunching. Is just like, I think we need to give you a bath.
Yeah, I don't exactly know the details of the transformation, but I feel gross.
Is this when we find out that Electrus is about to shed his skin? Just be smooth like a baby. When I'm drunk, I bolt into a brand new Electrus, but I'm very vulnerable to predators for about 10 minutes.
Oh my god.
Jesus Christ.
Oh no, a mountain lion, make yourself look big!
I hate that I know this reference from a clip that I was not forcibly shown, but that I was shown. I hate this. I hate it here.
It's one of my I hate Family Guy, but it's one of my favorite bits. It's so absurd.
It's too late. You're in the pool. You have to be here with me.
Look, I only watch Family Guy and, like, American Dad or whatever when I'm, like, at a hotel and nothing else is on.
Because that's all they play.
Seriously, that's all they have on FX. It's either that or, like, travel stuff.
I'd fucking watch the travel stuff.
Huh?
Travel stuff gives me anxiety. But anyway, we're getting off topic. Yeah, so Electrus, you just see as Xerxes unties you, scoops you up in all four arms, and he's just like, Q, I need help giving this man a bath. I need your buff arms.
You do realize I'm capable of bathing myself, yeah?
You are not bathing yourself until we figure out if you can still walk. And no, now's not the time to try that.
After a few moments, Q calls back out. Yeah, give me a few moments. I'll be right there. And asks Talia to come over and take the reins for a moment for the ship.
Electrus, roll me an insight check.
One second, I have lost my sheet.
Oh no!
Oh god.
Don't do that.
I have found my sheet.
Yay!
Yay.
Yeah, you can tell that Xerxes is definitely messing with you. He knows you're more than capable of bathing yourself, but he's trying to get you to laugh by being silly. And take your mind off of the whole thing.
Just, I appreciate the concern, but I'd like at least an illusion of autonomy for a little bit.
Aw, but I was gonna dip you over the side of the ship so that we could wash you in the salt water. There's no better way to clean wounds than with salty water.
I'm starting to question the degree of your medical knowledge.
I never said I was a field medic.
And just like that, I've been enlightened. Please, allow me to bathe myself.
Dear god.
Yeah, Electrus, you basically just see as Xerxes drops you down, and he's got the widest grin. You can tell that this is military behavior. He was so ready to mess with you.
I love how this is playing into the whole decisions do matter and the whole, like, hey... Basically, I love the setup between Talia's just like, yeah, no, it matters, and then you just see how Xerxes is acting towards Electrus. It's very nice. I love this. You guys are fucking fantastic.
Xerxes isn't gonna take away your autonomy. He is going to mess with you, though. He is a troll at the end of the day.
So, Electrus, like, as he's saying this, he is smiling. Xerxes is helping to cheer him up a little bit. He just kind of, like, pats him on one of the arms, just... I needed that laugh. Thank you.
That's when you get a punch in the gut, like a playful punch. It's just like, I know a thing or two about PTSD and loss of self-actualization and loss of self-identity. So at this rate, the best way to work through it is to laugh at it. This is when Q arrives, it's just like, oh hey, you're just in time. Electrus decided he wanted to bathe himself.
Huh.
Sorry to disappoint.
What disappointment?
You just see as Xerxes is, like, snickering up a storm as he crawls, he basically hops onto the ceiling and skitters away like a little goblin back up to the top deck.
So it was just friendly fucking with each other. Okay.
Sorry, Q, but we both know how you react to nudity.
Jesus Christ.
Oh, I'm never gonna live that down, am I?
It's okay, you can look at me
Nope.
bathing later if you want to. You hear Xerxes.
You know what? I'm gonna just go take a nap. Today has been too much. I'm gonna go to sleep. Fuck this shit.
Fuck this shit, I'm out.
He goes to the big boy bed.
Yes. He's hogging
You
the
in
big boy bed.
A whole 5 feet of bed.
Yes, he's hogging the entire thing.
God.
This levity has been
And who
brought to you
designated him the
by...
captain?
I don't know, I thought we were going more on a democratic ruling.
Yeah.
Are we about to commit anarchy against Q? Or not anarchy, mutiny.
A mutiny! Oh no!
Everybody mutinate against Q!
Hold on, let me roll for it.
Everybody shows up at Q's door. We're mutinying
Nope.
because, you have the big bed. Who's steering the ship? Veers into a rock.
About to say, Talia don't give a fuck where she sleeps, so just like, y'all want to be fucking dumbasses on your own time, fine. I'm gonna keep steering the fucking ship. You have to understand, this is not her first rodeo of traveling with dumbasses.
The ship just starts steering in circles. You guys lose 2 days worth of travel because of a mutiny.
Christ.
The guys are like, no, I want my own room. The girls are like, okay, whatever.
Oh, God.
Now, Q will always just give up the room because he's not about to start a fight.
Q's gonna wake up one night and realize that Xerxes fell asleep on the ceiling above him without realizing that he was there. Just like, guys, there's a giant bug on my wall. Hey, I'm sleeping here.
Yeah. Hey, I'm walking here.
Q's more like, did not know that was a thing. Cool.
It's broom.
Get some broom.
The next
starts...
person to walk in. Go ahead.
She's like, Xerxes, get off my wall. No. My sleeping spot.
You can use the bed, you silly
But-
thing.
But you're in the bed.
And?
Someone spilled mead on the wall.
Just see him, like, licking the walls, just like, alcohol! I love my alcohol!
You can drink normally from a mug, you goblin.
But the wall mead!
I'm not drunk enough for any of this shit.
Stop
See-
sanitary.
I thought Chris was gonna be the unhinged one. Holy shit!
I have a headcanon that this happens, like, 2 days later, when the crew is, like, a little bit more calmed down, and you guys are just sailing along, and Xerxes is drinking wall mead, it's just like, yummy.
I've been at sea too long.
See, I'm just over here like my headcanon was the next time someone goes in to sleep in the room, they just see Q and fucking Xerxes on the ceiling. Q's like hanging upside down by his feet somehow, and Xerxes is just doing his thing. And they're just like, huh?
They could technically fall asleep on the wall or the ceiling together. They both have spider climb.
That's what I mean. They're
Yep.
just, and they're just like, why are you? Well, how am I gonna sleep in this bed now?
Hear me out though. Xerxes like holds on to the ceiling with his like top arms and legs, and then hugs Q with his middle arms.
That's fucking gay.
It is gay. It's Pride Month, bitches.
I know.
So anyway, I love how we already got into the girl Yoda mode, but we're getting off topic. All right.
I am still so lost.
You will figure it out when we get there. Everything will make sense. But for now, you'll have to wait for Girl Yoda. But for the time being, Jackson, do you want to talk to Groose?
Yeah.
Go
Well,
talk
this
to
entire-
Groose.
Yeah, he's kind of like been going around the ship, even like going along the rails. He kind of goes up here, just checking up on Groose.
Bruce is leaning against the railing, headphones on. iPod somehow still hasn't died full power.
Oh shit, you have AirPods? Damn.
This is clearly a headset, headphones. What is an I? Whatever you just said.
Like anyone who was worth their salt had them where I'm from, so.
Oh, okay. Well,
That's then again, I've learned I'm like 100 years ahead of like most of the people in our group, so.
Chris just looks at you weird.
Okay, just minus points over at Sally on who's steering the ship. Minus Sally over there. Everyone else seems to be around like the year 2000 to 2012 ish. I'm from the year 2100, at least around that from what I remember.
Chris is still looking at you weird. We have not had any conversations about people dying. You're from a year?
Most of us, again looking over at Sally, seem to be from Earth.
Wait, okay, I take off my headphones and I pause. All you hear is 1, 2, 3, 4, and I pause it.
What the fuck?
Yeah, that goes directly into your head because I'm looking directly at you. And I think things in my head. So, wait. So, did all of you meet the Cheese Puff
Jackson just gives a look. He was standing like on the rail. He then just has to go and gives a sit and just kind of looks at Groose. But the cheese what man?
man? So one arm lean on railing, other on hip. The Cheese Puff man, the man with the screen and the bag of clearly definitely not a sponsor cheese puffs.
Gives a very concerned look down at Groose.
Okay, question. On Earth, did you look like what the dragon? Like it's not because you said you guys eavesdrop. You didn't look like that before. But
No, I didn't look like what I was before that either. I was human.
oh, okay. Oh, okay. Groot's like slowly like turns slightly away and has like this puts hands to knees or feather wings to knees and like bends over a little and is like, oh, thank the holy Christ of anyone. It comes back. Okay. So, did you meet? Okay, Cheese Puff Man, room that is really gross. In a room really gross. Gross room. Gross room. Pod.
Pod.
Cheese puff man. Okay, he hold on. Okay, and as I'm describing this, wait, hold on. I have to look up my ability. Is it just I can't send images. Okay, that's fine. All right. The sorry, I forgot what I was saying.
Your cheese puff man.
The cheese puff man.
Oh, the cheese puff man. Cheese the how do I describe him? Gentle puff. Gentle man. No. The Spider Man.
Oh, Sarek?
I think he said his name once, and yeah,
Oh, I
yeah,
You
he
didn't s-
dressed really tall.
DM, we didn't see a Sarek in the pods, did we?
Yes, we did.
You
You
did,
did? Okay.
and you saw Serac, what he looks like in the barbershop.
Yeah, that's what I mean. I remember the barbershop.
Yeah, you guys saw Serac through the glass of the pod.
Yeah, we were in pods when we woke up, and he was kind of, I guess, examining us. At least that's what it seemed.
Okay. So oh my, holy guacamole. Okay, I'm not the only one. Holy shit. Okay.
No, that seems to be a very common thing I'm learning about this land. So
Wow. Okay. So everyone else is in a coma. That's what you're telling me. Wow. Okay, we're having a shared hallucination.
Jackson kind of hears that, kind of breathes in deep. Yeah, sure. Let's go with that probably.
I really liked the kids show, The Odyssey, as a kid, and I'm just kind of rolling with it right now. But yeah, no. I woke up and he was like, I don't know, eating a bag of Cheetos, and he was really cool for a little while, and then he got really weird.
Eating a bag of Cheetos?
He was and using something called Discord. I mean, why use Discord when you can use MSN Messenger and annoy people with bing bings?
Okay, so I'm thinking you're older than even Q and Eletris. Good to know.
Oh, wait, what year did you say you were from?
2100 around that range.
2100. Holy Oh, I'm from excuse me, while I scroll.
Yeah, look through the backstory. Look through the backstory.
Oh, my references. 2012.
12. Huh. As far back, I think Q said he was. No. Was it Q or Eletris? I don't know.
Wait, is everyone from Earth?
Most of us. Kind of looks over at Salia. Salia's a little bit complicated.
I just love it's like everyone. Talia. What is it? Fucking Warhammer George is an outlier and should never be counted.
Talia's doing some like extreme combat training or something.
Oh no, she's steering the ship right now. But yeah.
Oh yeah, okay. Looking very edgy and extreme.
She was talking all
Okay.
this stuff about like space travel and intergalactic monstrosities and stuff like that.
Oh, okay, so sci-fi. Okay, all right.
But pretty much, yeah.
Yeah, all right. Yeah, it was really weird. He apparently I was not supposed to wake up, but I did.
You weren't supposed to wake up.
No. then he was like, "Oh," and he just kept rambling about things, and then he got really weird, like, like, "Oh, take away your control of your body and shit," and I was like, "No, I don't think so. Not cool beans." So, guys, hit the escape button and
Yeah, you've seen the bug, right? Xerxes?
I very slowly turned my head. Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, there's a lot more like him, and they're like a big hive mind type of thing. I think we were
Yeah.
supposed to be that, but I don't know how, but we were kind of just points at you, Salia, and just kind of like, just generally motioning the ship. All of us seem to have gotten freed during the middle of that before we fully became that.
Yeah,
I still don't.
apparently something about liquefying, and I think it's a very stupid process to be like, I scoop your soul, I stick you in a body, and then I liquefy you and put you in another body.
This entire thing still doesn't make any sense since I had fur. I was
No.
a fucking fox when I woke up.
Holy shit! You were Mr. Fox?
Just kind of stares. Mr. Fox.
Mr. Fox? Or a Robin Hood?
Yeah, he shakes his head. No, I haven't heard of those.
The classics have died!
I'm not.
Disney killed them.
I mean, we've established that
Taking it back.
Jackson comes from a place where Disney owns D&D, so actually, Jackson, roll me a history check at advantage.
Oh God. Well, here's the thing. Do they? That really depends on if they allowed furries to be a thing in the future or not.
Do you know how much money furries have?
They probably have, like, augmentations to make people into furries on your timeline.
God. Here's the thing, though, with how stupid our world is in that fucking universe.
You know.
History. Almost not 2017.
Yeah, you swear you've seen something like Groose in one of the old classic movies that were remade, like, 3 times.
Hi.
Oh, okay. Actually, wait a minute. I think I understand what you mean by that. God, it was so long since I've seen movies, but I think the way you look kind of reminds me of like a movie I saw like long ago.
Yeah, and I look down at my body at the same time, and I'm kicking my crane legs. I'm like, yeah, me too. Actually, it's kind of weird, but
You get used to it.
I don't think you'll get used to this being 2 different textures and bald.
And
I miss my hair. I miss my hair.
It like looks at the hat. Ah.
I flip the petals back like hair.
I have a really dumb question. Does Ichabod hide in your hat when he's not out?
If Ichabod wants to be in my hat, the answer is yes. Ichabod can be wherever they want, provided it's a consent.
We'll say that Ichabod has asked if you're okay with him hiding in your hat.
Yes.
Yeah, a little baby crane head just pops out of the petals for a moment.
Ah. All right then.
Oh, Ichabod, this is cool dragon friend.
Name's Jackson. You can call me Jackson.
Jackson. Right, Jackson. Sorry. Names are everything's just been happening so quickly.
Yeah, Jackson, you see as this little kind of golden spectral baby crane just tilts his head and he gives a smile. It's just like, ah, yes, I know you.
Okay, it talks. Okay, good to know.
I wanted to talk. We're literally talking animals and looks at Talia, a slush puppy.
Okay.
Slush
When it's melted.
Slush puppy.
When it is melted.
Okay, fair enough. I'm
And
still
that's a
getting.
compliment.
Listen, I'm still getting used to this entire world thing, so I don't know where the limits are yet. Though I'm starting to figure out that the possibilities seem to be pretty endless right now.
Yeah, I look at my body. Yeah, I'm pretty sure we're I'm pretty sure the sky is the limit.
The only limit seems to be whatever a old-ass spider wants with us, so...
Yeah, what is his deal? And what are you guys doing? I didn't catch that before we all hopped on a ship. I kind of just came with the flow.
We were helping Sally out with, well, something. It was also to help us get some more funds and stuff like that. Since we came here with no money.
Currency. I could survive off of berries and poisonous mushrooms. It would be fine.
But do I have the thing that has like the first verse on it on me, or who has that right now?
I don't know who of you guys has the as the verse gear.
Oh god, it's been so long.
I thought Q had it.
Yeah, didn't Q have it?
I think Q might be holding on to it for the moment.
He was in bed with it.
Can I roll a history to see if I remember it off the top of my head or not, or...
I don't remember either, so let's just
I found it in the handouts!
Where is it?
That's what I'm doing.
It's right under the characters. It's the 5 verses, the first verse. I found it!
Yeah. I'm just trying to roll to see if Jackson would remember offhand, so... Okay.
Hey!
DM, would that succeed, you think? Or...
Yeah, I think that succeeds. I actually don't remember who has it because it's been months, so let's just say that you acquire it through Magic Pockets. You have it in your pocket now.
I'm a dragon, I don't have pockets. Anyways.
Well, now
His
you're a
inventory
kangaroo
pocket.
dragon.
I was gonna say he has a pocket like a kangaroo.
It's got a pouch.
No, he gets this in the magic pocket, and he kind of shows Groose it. We've been following this. This was kind of like one of our first quote-unquote tasks to help us free ourselves. Not entirely sure if Serac is going to be faithful with that or not, but it's at least something to go off of.
You hear a very distant voice from a Serac. It's just like, I never cheated on my wife. Wait, you're not talking about that kind of faithful, are you?
Stares out into the sky. What the fuck,
Also
man?
I love my wife.
Jesus Christ.
What do you... Hold on, what did Sky Spider keep his word?
You just see as a big spectral hand appears in the sky and you see a wedding ring on. It's just like, till death do us part, which doesn't count when you're undead, so...
Oh my god.
Has a very horrified look at that.
Excuse me, Sky Spider, we're having a conversation.
I just wanted to be a part of it. Get back to your weird little conversations.
Where's my Cheetos?
A bag of Cheetos falls from the sky. Here, take your Cheetos.
The sky is provided. Okay, I open it.
Oh my god.
Just look down at that horrified.
Thank you, Sky Spider.
A thumbs up comes from a Serac spectral hand as it disappears into the clouds.
And
Yeah, that was
why do
really creepy, but I have Cheetos. So.
Why do I feel like he just made $1,000 off of that product placement right there?
Right.
Right.
Capitalism.
Y'all probably don't see it, but Talia had her fucking pistol out with her other hand on the fucking.
Just ready to shoot at the
Yeah, she was
sky.
ready. She was fucking ready. Just gauging
And
the
Groot-
distance. Like that'll probably work. Probably.
And Groose is perfectly positioned. Like, if you zoomed in on Groose to, like, do an ad, it perfectly pops the bag and, like, crunches.
God.
It's like Talia's POV is like that one guy aiming the water gun at the sun.
Okay, so Sky Spider keep his word? Question mark.
We'll
Crunch.
just have to wait and see. But he kind of
No.
shows it. Oh,
No. What do you mean by keep his word?
to revive us or bring us back.
Wait. Slowly looks toward the sky. Did he now? Crunch.
Eyes are squinting
Okay.
suspiciously.
Okay, I'm starting to think that you already had a meeting with him, and you had a far more conversational interaction with him than when we first met up with him.
It was I don't. I have finished the entire bag, and my feather hands, which yes are basically cartoony like feather hands, are covered in cheese puff dust, and I'm slowly licking the dust off of each one. We had the interesting conversation.
Jesus fucking Christ!
To say the least. He was really cool at first. A very lovely conversation with older gentleman. You know, very wholesome. I lost track. One more. Wait, cartoons only have 4 fingers. Shit. 2 of those were just to annoy people.
Jackson blinks and then counts how many claws he has on his fucking.
But oh, and then I put the bag like in my pocket so I don't let her. Seems like I need to. I don't know. Did you get that in writing or?
Nope.
Cool. It's fine. It's fine. My character has gotten paler, and like you see sweat on the face part just starting to form.
Bruce, what did Acerex say happened to you? Just so we know.
What? Define. What do you mean happened?
Before, like, what happened to you before turning into just kind of motions to the body?
Well, the thing I remember before I came into our shared coma experience, is I was very upset about perhaps failing all of my exams, at school that I studied really hard for, and then I was like, oh, I'll go take a hike, and I may have tripped and fallen into a swamp.
No. Oh god, I was about to say, did Isekai truck come into this or not? Okay.
No, I fell into a swamp. That's the last thing I remember is tumbling down a hill.
Yeah, Jackson blinks dead. Okay. How old were you before changing into this? Just so I know, to see how heavy or light I need to be on this.
25.
25? Okay.
25. I look
So
pretty good for 25, right? Don't
Yeah.
answer that.
Yeah. So, this might not be a shared experience for everyone, but I do know for a fact that I fucking died. And from basically what I've been hearing from everyone else that this has happened to, that's been a very common thing. Everyone has at least died.
Well, just because he says he scooped us out of a river of sorrows doesn't mean that actually happened.
Chris, I remember getting shot at.
Well, you could be in a coma in a room with all of us in the hospital. Except looks at Talia. Maybe Talia was really into sci-fi before the coma took them.
God. And Jackson has no way to explain that because he hasn't been listening to those conversations. Oh no.
He really hasn't. He doesn't understand that entire thing. Look, I'm just being flat out honest with you, and this is not even just an us from Earth. This is also applies to Salia's sister, who we met up, and Salia told us, in her own timeline, she died. So I'm just saying the common denominator is, we all fucking died.
Okay, so I reach down, and I pat your front paw. I'm like, there, it will be okay. We'll all wake up together out of this coma, and it'll be fine. You know,
Oh, no.
you'll have a nice deal with the Spider-Man to like wake up from your coma, and I'll just be here. It'll be fine. Good talk. It is good talk. I'm good.
I want to insight Bruce right now to see how they're feeling.
Roll me an insight check.
From what I can tell, Bruce is in hardcore denial.
Yeah, it seems
There's-
like hardcore denial.
All right, Goose, are you actually in hardcore denial?
So Bruce is, but there's also another factor into this. Do I have to do opposed to this?
Is that a
You
deception
can roll
check?
deception.
Yeah, deception check,
Alright.
regular.
Deception, make sure that's regular. Okay.
Okay. Yeah, Jackson, you can definitely tell something's up.
Yeah, I just kind of squint at Bruce. Alright, I'm not one to let looks like that slide. What are you telling us?
What? I mean, like, that is a very vague question.
Given your look of concern, it seems like you're just hiding something. And considering we're all here trying to stay the fuck alive.
Oh, yeah, so you can go on a medical quest to be reborn into your bodies. That sounds great.
I don't even know.
There's lots of sarcasm on that.
Look, I don't even. Look, I don't even care at this point if I do get reincarnated or not. Look at me. I'm a fucking dragon. I don't know how the fuck this happened. But at the same time, from where I'm from, the moment you lack any sort of information, you get shot. I want to make sure I can trust you, and I've been able to share information with almost everyone here, and they've shared information with me. That's what being a part of a group is. I need to know if you're hiding anything that would help or hinder.
Persuasion check me.
I'll let you do that at advantage.
Ooh.
Yeah, for sure.
Persuasion. Oh, okay.
I mean, it's above a 10. I'll do it.
Yippee!
How do I do this? So every time you bring up being brought back to life, Bruce gets uncomfortable. Like, very subtle physical like uncomfortableness. Uh, I mean, we've fought we fought sharks in the water, and we fought a dragon on the ship to make sure it didn't fall into the sea. I'm pretty sure you can trust me.
Goose, this is when you see Ichabod pop out of your hat and it's just like, does this have something to do with me?
No, no, this is. Sorry, and Goose gets a little uncomfortable. It's the fact that the Sky Spider was like, "Oh, hey, little group of little friends, would you like to be put into new bodies on Brother Yorgoma? Sure, go on a magical quest." And then to me, he was like, "No, fuck you! I'm gonna turn you into a bug, or maybe an NPC, you know. But oopsie, maybe I can't. So let's liquefy you. It's fine. It's fine. Everything's fine."
Yeah, so Jackson, you basically hear that.
Yeah, he kind of gives a more worried look now.
You hear that in your head.
God. Ah. And it's God. Like you remember how that went, right? Jackson. Like you know that it wasn't oh hey, do this thing for me. It was literally, hey, we had to bust ourselves out and get down to the planet, and then he was like, oh well, since you broke out.
Yeah, he kind of sighs. It wasn't necessarily a agreed upon thing. Was that entire thing. We broke out of those pods, we fought our way through a bunch of whatever the fuck those bugs are. And once we got down here, kind of motions to like where the land is, that's when he gave us the offer.
Well, it seems like we have both had a rough time with it. Seems like we've both been potentially supposed to be turned into. Slowly looks toward the bug. Not what we wanted. Looks back.
Jackson, go ahead and roll me an intelligence check.
Just a straight intelligence check?
Yes. Oh!
Nope. Ooh.
Yeah, you're kind of like, you're thinking to yourselves just like, I don't know if we were all supposed to become bugs, but maybe we were supposed to become bugs. I wonder if I would have been a red bug.
Yeah, you just like kind of think about that. It's like, huh.
Does anyone else who's present on the deck want to roll an insight? I guess that only includes Talia. Well, Talia
Insight?
and Xerxes. Yes.
I am not talking quietly.
God. So yeah, and here's the thing: Talia's had experience just hearing her crew members chat about a bunch of shit and just being like, "What the fuck?" So like, just like, oh, good, this hasn't changed.
Yeah, and Cruz is getting really upset because it hasn't had anyone except Ichabod to talk about this too. So.
Oh,
Oh my god!
Oh.
perfectly
Dang.
balanced. Okay. I'm gonna give the TLDR, just so that we can, go on break soon and move on. So, here's generally what you managed to parse from all of this, Talia. So, you figured out that Acererak did indeed have alternative purposes for all of you. You weren't intended to be main characters of the story. However, when he realized that you guys were showing a lot of potential for entertainment factor, he decided, you know what? I'll give you a chance. You can have a shot at this, because my fans like you. So I'm going to let them spend money so that I can pay for more Cheetos. It's putting
So
it
you
lightly,
Cheeto
but yeah.
addict, got it.
Yeah, basically, he saw you guys as marking an opportunity when he realized that, oh, you actually have better purpose down here than you would if I finished doing what I was doing with you.
Got it. Hang on one second.
It's kind of like, for lack of a better word, you know how they were making Viagra originally as a heart, like a blood pressure medication?
Huh.
Yes.
Yeah, so basically,
Viagra?
yeah, Viagra used to be a blood pressure medication when they were making it. The original intent for it was to help people who were suffering from, I think, low blood pressure.
No, I get that, but we're Viagra?
Well, I'm more saying that he discovered an alternative use that he found was, like, better suited at the end of the day.
Such boomer energy, okay.
Look, ignoring the fact...
No, it's good, keep going.
Aceric has no penis! Anyway...
Yet.
I mean, that has been established a while ago, yes.
But yeah, like, Aceric is basically a Twitch streamer who realized that his guest stars are better off serving as a means of entertainment for the people watching him. More people show up to his Twitch channel when he does this. He uses, like, an equivalent of Twitch. He's not doing, like, actual, like, full-on Twitch, but you know what I mean. It's a whole meta joke. It's a meta joke.
Yep.
He's a React channel.
Oh my god, he is a React channel. He's a React channel, but he occasionally steps in and is just like, whoa, did you guys see that? Did you see that? Goes back to being silent and eating his Cheetos.
God.
God.
Okay, so... Go ahead.
Fucking has the energy of, I'm going to steal all of your content, but I'm going to rename it as Best of.
Ew.
It really was just intended, like, speaking as the DM, it is basically just a in-universe explanation for what we're doing as players and DM. I'm the voice in the sky that throws Cheetos at you.
Guy Spider.
Would you prefer Sky Spider or Sky Daddy?
No!
Guy Daddy, any day.
No.
No. No.
Oh, no. Okay, if we're talking about Sirac, no. He doesn't get that title. If I'm talking about two
I was
titles
talking
in general,
about God
I'd
with a capital G.
Okay, I'm sorry, I'm about to say, like, no, we're not calling him that. But no, that's...
Oh, no, absolutely
the other
not.
one, absolutely.
Okay.
If I had to pick between two creatures, I would pick
Yeah, I
this
gotcha.
guy. Yeah.
Yeah. So...
I feel like my brain's melted hearing all of
Okay,
this.
so wisdom save.
Yes, the wisdom save was, is Talia going to be able to collect herself, I say collect herself enough, but to pull together the will to actually try to clear up some of these misconceptions based on what she's put together? The answer is yes.
Alright.
So you're going to hear the grumpy tones of Talia drifting over to you, just... Oi! You two on the prowl, get your asses back here for a second. Xerxes, you two as well, if you don't mind.
Xerxes scuttles back to you. Scuttle, scuttle, scuttle.
It's on the other side of the spot.
Alright. Since you weren't exactly being private with your conversation, I thought I should try to step in and help clear up a few things. One, we were absolutely not intended in any way to actually be down here. We had to fight tooth and nail to get our arses down here in the first place. And the only reason why we are in the situation that we are right now as it is because the fucker up there decided that he could make more off of us by us doing this than otherwise. Apparently he had plans for each one of us up on that fuck-ass station of his orbiting the planet. Supposedly, I was supposed to be a bug of some kind. I don't know what, but I'm not exactly keen on finding out. I'm not sure what you were intended to be. Jackson was supposed to be some kind of librarian thing.
Yeah, I still don't get that entire thing.
I'm not sure about Q and Eletris. So no, we were not exactly chosen for anything grand. We were just given this opportunity because he basically decided that he wanted to give it a shot for his own purposes.
What the fuck?
Aye, he's a complete fuckbag.
That's putting it mildly.
Has anyone ever told you you sound angry like all the time?
Yes, and I got punched for it.
There is an ever so slight twitch at the corner of Talia's lips.
Kind of just goes over. It's like, almost got it. Almost got you.
How do you like the idea of being tied to the mast?
I mean, I could live the Peter Pan experience of the children being kidnapped by Captain Hook.
Talia looks at you, eyebrow arcing a bit, just, the hell's a Peter Pan?
Okay, books, it depends if you're talking about the book version, / play version, or the multitudes of versions of theater and movies and television, because each one makes them a little more messed up.
Talia blinks and it's just, oh, you're from the same time and reality as them then, aren't you?
From Earth, yes. But
Yeah.
I definitely do not sound like this. I don't know what happened to this.
But no, unfortunately, I'm not familiar with most of your, She has to think for a moment.
Pop culture?
History, culture, whatever you call it.
That's fine. As long as you don't get upset when I don't know what you're referring to with your culture. We're okay, smoky.
I had a feeling it wouldn't be, considering that apparently mine is not considered an actual reality.
What? There is. Did no one believe in the multiverse?
No, that got canceled like in 2050.
Wait, what the fuck?
And scene.
Oh.
Got canceled in 2050.
Sorry, you allowed that to me. I had to.
I think that's
Break time?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You hear that? You hear that now, first. We only have to deal with the multiverse in the MCU for only 25 more years.
Oh.
No more
If it
stories
lasts
can
that
happen
long.
after. The government lobbied to have it banned in every book after.
We are back, and to make a long story short, you guys make the trip. It's about another week at sea. You have your time. Xerxes licks the wall mead, and there's just general shenaniganery. Generally peaceful travels. A couple of seagulls. A fish. And as you guys are pulling into the Bay of Cholt, you see another ship come up to you. And someone who kind of looks like Jackson, but is walking on two legs, approaches you and they drop a board between your ship, and this man steps aboard.
Oh.
And he just looks at all of you, just like, you do not seem like pirates.
That
Oh,
we
shit.
are
Did
not.
Did we not change the flag?
You did not, no. You carry the banner of Bosco Daggerhead.
But that's awkward.
Well, we do also happen to be carrying his head, so that is.
Yeah, I was saying,
an
Talia
accurate-
just pulls the bag out.
Ah, so you're here to turn in ransom, then?
Yes,
In a
and
matter of speaking.
we're also here to return some stolen property.
Of whom are you affiliated with?
We took
Mostly
this on the
ourselves.
behalf. Sorry.
No, go ahead.
We took this on behalf of Liara Portier of Fort Belurian.
I
We
see.
completed the bounty.
So you have taken this under the, let's say, orders, under the commander, yes?
That's correct.
In that case, I will need you all to fill out your names and information so that we may bring you into port. And he looks to you, Jackson, and speaks in Draconic. You remove the banner.
Yeah, gotcha. Climbs up and goes and removes the flag.
That's when he basically looks to his ship and then looks to you guys. It's just like, seeing as you have brought this to us, I suppose we can bring this ship in for demolition. It will serve much better as tinder than its original purpose, no?
In a way, yes, but if it wouldn't be improper of me to propose that maybe we keep the ship for our own purposes.
Roll me a persuasion check at advantage.
Keeping fingers crossed.
Persuasion with an advantage. Yeah, yoked. Man, low rolls.
Cheese ball.
Do you want to use the cheese ball here?
Is it just me re-rolling the whole advantage thing?
Yes.
Yeah, I can use the cheese ball here. Hiya. Well, that.
Oh my god!
Jesus Christ.
Well, the good news is Zindar rolled a 1, so you're good either way.
That was the worst cheese ball I could have ever had.
It's a stale cheese ball. Stale Cheeto.
That's just sad.
Bruce was just eating stale Cheetos.
It's the ones that like a Serac had at the back of his pantry for like 2 years. The bag was like partly popped.
These are not the good Cheetos he gave me.
He definitely cheaped out.
Not even crunchy.
Yeah,
It's
Zindar
not
just
crunchy, that's the worst bit.
takes a look at you and tilts his head. It's just like, you wish to keep a pirate ship. You do realize how much money it will cost for you to register, yes?
I mean, yes, it'll cost us money, but I think in the long run, it'll make a lot of missions, possible missions, a lot easier to reach, and, you know, it just makes general sea travel navigation a lot quicker, you know? Plus, there's the upside of not really having to wait for a shipwright to construct a brand new ship.
You see as he kind of looks over the ship, it's just like he runs his fingers over the claw marks on the ground. Have you fallen victim to a beast?
We didn't do the most thorough investigation when we got the ship. It's possible that they had something happen beforehand.
Your ship will need great repairs, but we have a spot open in the port. You may follow us and then dock at... And he kind of pulls out a little... Not necessarily a clipboard, but kind of like a notary pad. You may dock at 7. Once you are docked, you will drop anchor and you will tie your boat to the dock. Afterwards, you will report to my tower, we will fill out the paperwork, and you will have to wait. Because your ship needs repairs. And no ship that fails inspection leaves this port.
Very understandable.
So, I'm not going to force you guys to go through a whole ton of stuff. Basically, registration of the ship is 200 gold, and repairs for the ship are another 50 gold.
Which, if we take a look at the gains we got, that we should have enough.
Yeah.
More than enough, I think.
Yeah, I mean, you should be able to cover that with the platinum pieces alone.
That's
Yeah.
what I was
Yeah.
thinking, yeah.
And I think we still would have some platinum left over, I think. I'm doing my math right.
200 gold would be 20 platinum pieces.
Oh, okay.
Right, and then 50, so that we have 50 gold, 900 silver.
And then you have the rest of that stuff. And obviously you can sell the gold bracelets, and you get to keep the spell scrolls.
Yeah.
But, yeah, so basically, you guys... The sad thing is that Zindar, despite being a very, like, poignant character to the Bay of Cholt and Port Nyanzaru, he does not get a lot of love in the book. 20 PP.
Yeah.
But yeah, so you guys basically... Let's say that you guys pull in about 10 in the morning, and as you guys are pulling in, they get your ship tied up, and they estimate it's going to be about 3 weeks to a month to repair your ship in total.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
But, to make a long story short, you guys turn in the remaining stolen goods to Zindar, who basically, as portmaster, will account for it, and will get it sent forward. Talia, you will have an opportunity to write forward to Liara to report in.
Perfect.
And we will go ahead and head back to the city map after being away from it for so long.
Yeah.
Yippee!
And I need to add a new Jackson, and I need to add a Groose.
He's so cool.
So yeah, Groose, as you are making your way through this city, you basically see a wide variety of African architecture, ranging from almost every nation. Because, fun fact, African architecture has so many different things depending on their culture, and their region, and the general, like, for lack of a better word, like, environment for suiting. But yes, so I assume you guys are going to report back to the sleeping line?
Yeah.
Yeah, while we're going through town, how is everyone looking at Jackson?
Well, here's the question. Are you walking loud and proud? Are you kind of, like, keeping yourself hidden? How are you presenting yourself?
Just kind of like a normal walk, but he does recognize, hey, I'm like a dragon. Like, now, want to see, like, what just the average, like, onlooker is looking at him like.
So, to give an idea, I don't want to say you're Great Dane sized, but you're You're obviously medium right now.
Yeah.
So, a few of them, like a lot of the people here live around dinosaurs, and those who aren't informed of what dragons are just think you're a weird-looking dinosaur.
It's just...
And one of the little kids comes up to you and starts petting you. It's just like, shiny dinosaur.
So good to know that I don't stick out too much.
You see the child's mother pull her away. It's just like, no, child. We do not touch the sentient. And just pulls her away. It's just like, oh, but dinosaur. He's so pretty. Do you react at all to that?
He just kind of blinks at that. It's like, again, at least it doesn't seem too out of the ordinary here, at the very least.
Yeah, you know what? Go ahead, call it evens or odds.
Even because I like those odds.
Okay. Jackson, one of the guards comes up to you and puts a bit and a leash on you.
He
Well,
blinks.
that's just rude.
What's that? Hey, buddy, I'm no one's pet, alright?
This one talks. Why does your dinosaur talk? And he looks to you, Q.
Well, to be specific, he is not a dinosaur, he is a dragon. Which is... I don't really know what the proper differences between dinosaurs and dragons are, but he is not a dinosaur. He is very much sentient. He's a member of a party. And not a pet.
Roll me a persuasion check normally.
Nope, not gonna say that joke,
There we go.
Yeah, you just see as he just, he drops the leash and leaves you to do with it. It's just like, do not let the other gods see you. They will think that you are walking around with a stray.
We'll try. Sorry, Jackson, but we might need to get you a custom-made leash.
Just stares over a queue.
You know, just for
Oh,
towels and
that's
stuff.
great.
Q, I don't know what you and Xerxes are into, but I'm serious.
Don't you fucking go into that, you bitch!
Starts choking out the fucking dragon.
Xerxes is just like, we haven't done anything.
I know it's a joke. Ah.
Why you live?
He isn't actually choking Xerxes. No, not Xerxes. Jackson. I'm gonna just hide in a hole.
Oh God. I hope
Xerxes
that gets clipped.
Xerxes has like enough hands to choke him if you want.
Shut the fuck up.
So, what I was going to say is, Talia just lets out a sigh, a very deep, long-suffering sigh, looking at them. Just specifically, Jackson. Just, are you sure you don't have any relatives named anything close like Ragnar?
As far as I know, no.
Okay, good, because I would be deeply upset if any one of his family propagated.
That's... Huh, okay.
Lord.
Congratulations, you have just been firmly cemented in our minds. Like, ah, yes, there is a Ragnar of this group. God fucking damn it, my suffering knows no end.
Oh, Lord.
But here's the question, is Jackson more or less competent than Ragnar?
That remains to be seen. Surprisingly, he was quite competent in combat. However,
Oh,
There's this
good lord.
watching, like, taking in the sights, just barely paying attention to the to what's going on. We could just get you a necklace, like a very thick necklace. Chunky.
I have a thought.
Oh,
Yes.
no.
A dangerous pastime.
I know.
I know.
Yeah, Eletris, as you're seeing Jackson basically get a leash and bit and bridle put on him, you're thinking to yourself, "Oh, thank God, I'm still human looking right now."
I mean, he's kind of counting his blessings at the moment, so
You wonder what Asaja would think.
that's an intrusive thought that he's able to just kind of wave away.
Don't think about it too much. Don't think about it too much. Don't think
Small
about it too
gay
much.
thought. Alright. So, you guys get back to the Sleeping Lion after what feels like forever. Amara is behind the desk doing her usual thing, and Groose, for context, I will give you Amara's handout. She's a lion lady.
Rawr.
A rawr. And let me see if I can bring... Yeah, so you guys see that Amara is at the desk speaking with a half-elf woman who has odd shimmery scales on her skin. And a little itty-bitty dragon that looks a little bit like Jackson sitting on her shoulder.
Dragon touch. Nice.
Do you guys want to listen in on their conversation?
Yeah.
Does the rest of the party want to listen in?
I was
Yeah.
gonna say information's information.
I mean, it's definitely going to be just likely just casual listening in, because, waiting for turn and such.
Groose is just keeping very close to the group because stranger danger. So we're we're in a big city with lots of people, so you gotta stay in a group.
I mean, again, not wrong.
Black
Yeah.
Man played a Starian card. It's all coming full circle. Arrgh. Okay. So you guys kind of walk in and you see Zandla holding up a piece of paper. It's just like, please, I'm not asking for much, just an opportunity to put this on the board. If the clockmaker's not available, then maybe someone else is. My dear, you can see that our board is full up. You will have to come back when some of the bounties have been taken. It's kind of a matter of life or death, ma'am. Do you guys intervene?
Life and death, you say?
Yeah, she kind of turns to you, Jackson, and her eyebrows raise a little bit. Kin? In the city? Oh, this is surely surprising.
How long has Jackson been like this now? In between changing
About
and travel?
Probably
About a
about,
week or so.
yeah, about a week and a half.
Yeah, not so much, Ken. I've been like this for about, it looks at the party, a week? Yeah, a week. A week sounds about right.
A little over a week, yeah.
Odd? Were you changed or something?
Yep.
I feel like if I go into greater details, it's going to be a little bit much. So, yeah.
Odd. So you're not dragonkin, then?
Well, I'm not, but apparently I'm a, kind of looks at his claws, a dragon. so.
Well, it's at least nice to see that someone around here has sense. Perhaps you lot could help me with something.
Depends on what it is, really.
You see, I'm looking for my father. He looks a little bit like me, but, he's got brown hair and facial hair instead. His name is Artus. Have you seen him around? He travels with a dinosaur-looking man.
Head shake.
Everybody in the party, roll me an intelligence check.
Thank you. I'm sorry. My brain was processing, and I'm like, I missed something. I don't know what I missed, but my brain is just not connecting. I'm so sorry.
Oh,
I'll
come
pull
on.
this up for the sake of the viewers.
I click intelligence, right?
Yes, you just
Yes,
click
it's a
intelligence.
Okay.
Gross!
Oh,
Oh, come on.
Well, shit.
me half listening.
Yeah, so Bruce, you're sitting to yourself and thinking about the conversation that you and Jackson had about a week ago, and then you go and dig your hand into his dragon pocket and you pull this out again.
Hey, Jackson. Jackson.
Yeah. Yeah.
The last line of this. You think Marco and Polo? I'm waving the piece of paper, looking at her. Marco Polo?
Looks at the gear, looks back at her. Yeah, we'll help you out.
I shove it back in his pocket. And vanishes, cartoon style.
He's got hammer space.
Dragon hammer space.
Dragon space.
Dragon space.
Yeah, you guys just see as the blonde woman tilts her head a little bit. It's just like, why are you carrying a big gear?
It's a long story.
It's a very, very long story.
It is shiny and cool.
I mean, Kin do like collecting things that are shiny, so I suppose I can understand that. So, you're interested in helping me find my father, then?
Yes. We will, and I put my hands on my feather hands on my hips. We will help you on your quest to find your father.
That's when she
For
gives...
sure,
She gives a happy smile, and she gives a little bit of a bow. It's just like, oh, that's just wonderful. I've been trying for weeks, but I can't seem to find him. On the matter of introductions, I am Zandala, and my little scaled friend here is Summerwise. He is my, let's just say God's given companion.
You have a cute little friend too. Wonderful.
Yes.
It's like Pokemon.
He is my familiar. He helps me with my magic and such.
What the fuck's a Pokemon?
Don't worry
Don't you worry about that.
Jackson. I'll explain it to it later.
I just want to point it out, as soon as she says, like, God's given companion, Electris kind of, like, visibly flinches.
Oh.
Oh.
She just looks to you, Electris. It's just like, oh, do not worry. He really is just a gift. I hatched his egg myself.
Do you mean the sky opened up and gave you an egg?
What do you mean the sky opening up? Descendants of dragons usually receive dragon kin in order to raise.
Oh, like how to raise your dragon. Okay, alright. So your father! You haven't been able to find him in 2 weeks?
Well, it's been a little longer than that. I looked around the jungle a little bit first and foremost, but I couldn't find any sight of him. Then I received word that he had come into the city for a short time and was heading out again, but I have no idea where he is. I came here to see if perhaps anybody had seen him, and if not, they say the clockmaker might have insight as to where he went. She's known him best.
And you haven't been able to locate the clockmaker?
That's when you see the lion lady give a sigh, and she just says, "The clockmaker is here, but she does not like visitors."
Just antisocial or
Hermit.
She
Anxiety.
has every reason not to see the public. She was one of Acerak's first victims.
Oh.
first victims.
Mm. All right, someone else take over. Chris need to listen to some music. Puts on headphones. Steps back into the crowd of the group.
Would they perhaps be open to seeing other victims of Acerak?
Perhaps. Tell me, my friend, you're acquainted with the Saja, yes?
Yes, we met briefly.
Well, Asaja and the clockmaker are very well acquainted. They worked together many hundreds of years ago.
All right, so we might have a place to start. Do you know where Asaja is right now?
Oh, currently Asaja is resting. But he will be waking soon. He and the clockmaker have been very busy.
Busy, you say?
I cannot say with what, but, well, every night they work underneath our little guild, and I hear interesting sounds, to say the least. A lot of clanging.
Just gonna assume that it's got to do with clocks or something.
If you are worried about that manner, no, that is not Asaja's style. He is only interested in men. It is of a technical nature.
Like I said, was just gonna assume that it was clocks.
There's no visible reaction, but there's a mental sigh of relief from Electris.
Layer spring went. What the fuck? But Chris isn't paying attention.
There's a mental sigh of relief, and then just kind of where did that come from?
Yeah, you just see as Amara thinks to herself for a moment. I can either send you to Asaja first, or I can just see if the clockmaker will take you. Which would you choose?
Well, it seems like time is of the essence, so if the clockmaker is awake and we have the potential to see them now, that might be for the best instead of waiting for Asaja.
If that is what you wish. You see as Amara walks over, and you basically see a collection of brass, like, you know those kind of, like, those cones that you see at the playground that you yell into and people can hear through the pipes?
Yeah.
Yeah, she just leans in there, and you hear as she lets out a roar to wake, like, to kind of, like, rouse someone, and it's just like, Gubian, you have people that are waiting for you. And you just hear as there's a very distant and shrill voice is just like, I'm busy!
Oh no.
Don't want bother! And Amara gives you guys a shrug. He's just like, would one of you like to come and convince her?
See, Eletris is the one who's talked to Asaja and might have that leverage, but he also does not have the charisma for this.
Stares at Q.
As much as I have the charisma, my brain is currently failing at the words.
Would you guys like to go see Asaja instead?
I feel like I feel like we'd have the better chance of getting them to listen to us with Asaja present.
Yeah.
With an introduction.
Alright. So you guys opt to see Asaja, so... I assume you want Zandala to come with you, yes?
Yes.
Yes.
Alright, let me get up Asaja. Here you go, Spring. Hopefully that's showing to you. So you guys make your way down, a few floors even, and despite the fact that you're at sea level, you notice how deep this place actually goes. And, everybody roll me a perception check.
Oh boy.
Fantastic.
Jesus Christ.
Noid, do you want to make sure you're not value locked?
Yeah.
I'll do another perception though. I'm still gonna. Yeah, there we go.
Alright, so we have an 8, 9, an 18, and a 4, and I'm guessing Groose is listening to music?
Yes, but is it dark? Is it darkness or just normal perception?
It's actually sound.
Okay. I probably, if we're going downstairs, I probably would have taken off my headphones.
Alright, go ahead and
Because
roll
safety
me.
first. Are you talking to me?
Yes, you. Wait, you already...
What do you want?
I'm smooth brain. I missed the 14. I am the square brain. Okay. I'm gonna give this one to Talia since she rolled highest, but both Talia and Groose, you guys hear just the faintest ticking sound that gets ever so louder the further you go down.
My brain jumped to somewhere, but I'm going to shove that off to the side for now. Talia. Talia. Stop. I was trying to compose myself.
Sorry.
So, you see Talia just perk slightly. You can tell that she's listening closely, and her hand just kind of rests on a little closer to the handle of her pistol.
Okay. So, Imara guides you guys through kind of the basement of this place. And it's well kept. It's not like grungy or anything, but it is dim for the sake of the nocturnal folks. But you see as she kind of knocks on the door, and a very faint squeaking language catches your ears. None of you speak night folk. So you basically hear just a very soft, "Come in." as Amaro gives you guys a nod and walks away. The floor is yours.
Yeah, Eletris.
Take the lead.
Yeah, this is...
Go talk to
Wow,
your bad
under the bus.
boyfriend.
Chris is not taking this.
Go talk to the Batman, Eletris.
Also, I want to say, in reaching for the control key, I accidentally hit the Windows key, and it threw everything off for a second.
You got windowed.
I got windowed.
You've been struck by a Windows bud.
But yeah, so Eletris is going to step over the threshold first. He's probably trying to look around a little bit, but I'm not entirely sure what all he can make out, especially with, you know.
Well, the good
But,
news is I'm fairly certain you have dark vision.
I don't know if he has dark vision. He does have something else, now that I'm remembering that.
Well, because the thing is that you're a Genasi, so you should have dark vision.
Uh,
Because Genasi have dark
Hang on.
vision up to 60 feet.
I'm not seeing dark vision in my skills, but we also kind of homebrewed him a little bit.
I mean, yeah, big scary dragon moment.
He does have Sun's Glow.
That allows you to cast light, right?
Yeah, and it flavors it a little differently.
Alright, do you want to cast light?
He does it accidentally.
Alright, what do you want to cast it on?
With Sun's Glow, the light comes from him.
Alright, so, you guys basically just see as Eletris starts glowing like a light.
Nightlight.
And it makes his skin look kind of crystalline as well.
He's a salt lamp.
Huh. That's... nifty.
He just kind of looks down at himself. That's new.
Well, the good news is that by you glowing, you get to see what's in the room, so... This room is very velvety and padded. It's very cozy, lots of blankets, lots of pillows, a little writing desk with braille because, as I remind you, Asaja is blind. And hanging from the ceiling, you guys see a tall, bat-like person currently dressed in purple sleepwear. And he's wrapped up all in a little baddie bundle, baddie burrito. And he just gives a big bat yawn, and his ears twitch a little bit as they face towards you, Eletris. My, do my ears deceive me, or has starlight returned to me?
Well, that might be slightly more literal than you might think.
I can, in fact, hear the magic exhuming from you.
Yeah, how do I turn it off?
He thinks for a moment. Are you concentrating on it, or is it simply a matter of it just happened?
I wished I could see my surroundings, and then this happened, but I'm not thinking that anymore.
We will give it about 20 minutes, then.
Okay, so it comes built in with a timer.
Like a nightlight.
Yeah, you guys, he basically gives a big stretch and slowly lowers himself to the ground. Like, his wings are as tall as he is, and they kind of like wrap around his shoulders like the wings and gargoyles.
Oh, cool.
But he just looks to you, Electress, and is just like, something has changed about you. Have you been injured?
It's kind of a long story, and as much as I'd like to, well, there's a lot to tell you, but it's less important than what we're here to discuss.
In that case, stories may wait. What are you looking for, my friend?
That's when Electris kind of looks to... hang on, trying to find the handout again.
Zandala?
Yeah, that's when he kind of looks to and gestures to Zandala, just kind of the floor is yours kind of gesture.
I'm looking for my father, Outta Simba, and we were looking to see if we could meet with the clockmaker. She knows him best. Or at least, legend tells. And you see as Asaja's nose gives a few sniffs and his ears twitch, is just like, I did not take Artus to be the type to marry once again. But many years have passed. Very well. I shall bring you to the clockmaker. She will help you with your quest. And you guys see as he guides you to basically a steam engine room. There's a bunch of gears and a furnace going about. And let me just bring up the image. So, sitting in front of a little workstation, hammering away, is a short, one-legged, one-armed, half-blind goblin who, ironically enough, is missing the same eye as Electris. And she just looks to all of you, is just like, I told you, I'm busy.
Then we will make this quick.
You lot have the spiders stink about you.
We took baths before this.
It wasn't by choice, trust us.
Are you agents of Acerak, or are you against him?
I guess.
Definitely.
I want to mount his head on the front of the ship.
In that case, we are on the same page.
Good to know.
That really doesn't change the fact that you guys didn't listen to me when I said I wanted peace.
Well, this lovely young lady has a quick question, and then we can help skedaddle out of your hair. To relish in peace. Sweetie, please.
Every time people like you come down here, there's always some major world-changing cataclysm. I'm tired of being involved in them.
You don't have to be involved. You can just provide information and then go back to peace.
That's the thing, though. Every time I involve myself in any manner, even peace, or damn it, even you've messed with my brain.
Hey, my brain also messed. Double messed. Relate.
Yeah, you see is she, like, because she's got a very old, very bent out of shape rifle that she's using essentially as a walking stick, and she kind of walks over and she's looking over you guys, and she's like, So you're a Cyrax, new pawns on the board, huh?
Yep.
Didn't exactly want to be.
Well, nobody wants to be. You think I want to be here?
No.
For a bunch of young kids, you all sure are a bunch of downers. Smile a little bit more.
Talia just has a neutral frown.
Cruz tries not to laugh.
Okay, you know what? Electris, Q, and Jackson, roll me a d20 each.
D20.
Whoop.
11.
Okay, this is going to Electris. So, Electris, you lose sight as the clockmaker exits your left side, like on your left side where you're blind. And before long, you feel this, like, skittering little, like, set of claws climbing up your back. And she just kind of pulls on your hair a little bit and pulls on your eyebrows, just like, Sarac, take this from you too?
So first of all, there's kind of like the standard like ow 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 as she's like as she's climbing. And then just he wasn't directly involved.
So we didn't take it as some sort of trinket or something from you fucking up?
Eletris kind of looks over at Talia, just no.
That's one less thing to worry about. You smell like old leather boots, by the way.
I was on a ship for several weeks. What do you want from me?
Nah, it's something in your skin. I think Asajj smells it too. And then Asajj is just like, look, I know we're both old, but that doesn't give us the right to just point out things like these. I don't give a flying fuck! The kids these days
Like
need to learn... I'm not a boomer!
No, they definitely do not give the boom energy.
Are these what boomers are like?
Hey,
I don't even
Man.
want to get into the conversation about boomers, alright?
Well, no, because I heard stories about how they completely collapsed our entire economy, so that's why I'm asking.
Let's just not go into this conversation, alright?
A Sarac was a boomer. I am Gen Y.
Oh my gosh, that makes so much sense.
I'm a
Why
fucking
are you
millennial.
still here?
Ayo.
Because they're clearly still alive.
Q, go ahead and roll me a history check at advantage.
Oh boy.
Why aren't you dead?
History. Fantastic.
Yeah, you're pretty sure that goblins live this long. Goblins are practically immortal.
Somehow that doesn't feel quite right.
Hey, Groose, do you want to roll me a history check? Since D&D existed
Sure.
in your time?
History?
Yes.
Flat history?
Yes. Oh, wow. Yeah, as you're, like, hanging around Gooby, you see it's just like, this goblin's a little too old to be a regular goblin. Something's up.
I just... Is Gubby still on the back?
Gooby has since jumped over to Q's back and is kind of looking him over.
Alright, Groose is just staring and then starts poking Gooby's wood shoulder.
You just hear a little metal tink tink tink. She looks down at you.
Oh, sorry. Just trying to figure out how you're still holding up. Question mark.
Well, I paid an arm and a leg to be here. What more do you want from me?
Groose looks away, tries not to laugh off, but it comes out with like tiny lips at the end of the beak.
I like this one. She knows how to have a sense of humor compared to all you sourpusses.
I mean, when you're in a coma, you might as well have a good time.
Oh, we're not in a coma, sweetheart. This is real.
So our friend has a question for you.
Yeah, in a minute. And you guys see as Xandala's getting, like, visibly more impatient as Gooby looks Q over and is just like, Vampire, huh?
Not full vampire. Dampier, from what I can tell. Why are you still on my back?
Trying to investigate how you're not burning up. Seems like
don't
Electra's really
know.
half-assed you. Not Electra's, Asura.
You mean Asura?
Look! I'm trying.
Oh, that got me lightheaded.
Yeah, you just see as she pulls up on your lips, Q is just like, weird. I could smell your undeadedness from like a mile away, but I didn't want to say anything.
How can you smell undead?
I have to
She lets go of your lip. Speak English, motherfucker!
Yes, I do happen to speak it, but you don't need to enforce it onto me. I have to assume that it's some sort of magical sense of smell, given that that doesn't seem like a regular sense of smell.
There you go. She pats your face. And then she just looks to you, Jackson, and just like, he knows how to do it too. Specifically, like, gesturing to Q as in Q can do it with divine sense.
Huh.
Now look.
I don't have it on all the time.
Look. I'm kind of stuck with seeing all the magical bullshit around here. So, you guys wanted me to talk to her? She's been nagging Amara all day.
She's just,
Yes.
from what I can gather, she just wants to know where her father is.
Then she Talia, you see as Gooby looks to you. You seem like the type of person that'll speak plainly. Give me the information.
Talia blinks, is just gives a shrug, just like, alright, so like they said, she's looking for her father. He's been missing for a while now. He's got some scaling, cold to the touch, and may or may not align with something that we ourselves are looking for.
You get a name?
Talia's gonna look over to Zendala.
His name is Autus. Autus Simba? So that's what he's going by, huh? And then she just kind of squints up at Xandala. It's just like, Artis has been frozen in ice for a few hundred years. What the fuck are you on about?
Talia just kind of gives a small nod to herself, just like, so he was the one that was taken.
No, he wasn't
Sorry.
taken. He did this to himself.
No, I meant someone we know was part of a group that went looking for someone who was sealed in ice. Apparently they got broken out and then they were taken somewhere, and that's what we're trying to track down.
If Artis broke out, he wasn't taken anywhere. He had to have broken out afterwards. The only way that you could move that motherfucker was to use a crane.
He was broken out of the ice, specifically.
Yeah, you guys just see that Gooby has a very, like, her disgruntled look becomes even more disgruntled. What do I care if he's out? Didn't bother to visit anyway.
Well, we're trying to track him down, like I said, for our own reasons.
And, his daughter, she's very sad. It would be great to have a father-daughter reunion. It's really sad that he didn't show up, and then we could kick him for you because he didn't come visit,
I mean, that is fair. That's fair. We can't do that.
Right in that part of the leg that really hurts if you kick it. Like, just say...
Talia, without hesitating. I mean, back of the knee will do the trick, honestly.
Ooh.
But if you could also kick the Achilles tendon, that's gonna smart.
Okay, making note. Mental note, okay.
Alright, everybody but Groose, roll me a history check. I want to see if you guys remember this.
Oh boy.
Wait, I've been doing fantastic with these checks. Let's see if I can do fantastic again. It's average.
Okay, so yeah, you guys do remember that, obviously Liara and Bosco were involved in trying to find artists, but...
Yep.
That was a long time ago.
Yeah, that was, what, by her count, 30 years? Because she's been here 50, right?
Yes.
So that was about 30 years ago that happened, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, you guys just see as Gooby squinting at Zandalos, just like, Did he lay with a dragon or something? Didn't think that was his type. And she's just kind of pulling at Zandala's ears and poking at her scales, just like, why are you helping this one anyway? What did she offer you?
So far, nothing. It's just... we have a ear thing from a Sararak that tells us to follow a blonde girl.
Oh, you're playing the bitches liches game, huh?
For the moment.
Yeah, I mean, what else are we supposed to do?
Not do it? Live your best life? Live a long and fulfilling life rather than throwing yourself into danger? You're out of his clutches.
I mean, when he
So,
opens
like
up
what
the
you've
sky
done.
and puts stuff. Yeah.
Eletris, in what manner are you saying that?
Very pointedly.
Okay, Eletris, I need you to make me a wisdom saving throw.
Uh-oh.
Oh, no.
Okay.
Ooh.
Yeah, you see as Gooby gives a very spooky stare, and you can kind of tell there's something otherworldly of her, but you don't end up basically collapsing from fear, for lack of a better word. She's like, do I look like the type of person that quit on the spot?
Just, you're right. It was unfair of me to make assumptions. You know, like you're doing.
Word of advice, kid. You live for 900 years, you start to realize when people are full of shit. But if you really want to help this girl, guess it's your funeral. You say he's been out for 30 years?
That's about the time frame we were given.
Be about enough time to sire someone like this, I guess. Didn't think he'd move on from his wife, but okay. He's probably back in Mesro, trying to fix it. That's what he's been doing this whole time, most likely.
Mesro, then.
You say that as if you know where that is. As if it's not a giant fucking crater in the middle of the planet.
I mean,
I
is
was
it?
about to say we were going to gather information on it, given that your time seems to be very taken at the moment, but
Look, I've got all the time in the world. You want to know why I'm laying so low?
You're living your best. You got the wrong accent. You're living your best life.
I'm subverting a Sararak's rig at his own game. And then she just knocks on the side of the walls, just like, you think this entire place is actually real?
Oh.
I mean, it seems real enough.
Talia's gonna squint.
Chris gets
She
really
doesn't say it
excited.
out loud, but you can just feel the term heresy emanating from her being.
Oh my god.
Look, the reason why I'm here is because artists, myself, and you just see his, like, Gooby's basically pulling out her hair, is just like, artist Asajj and I went out years ago, and we tried playing this whole fucking game that Electrus. I keep saying Electrus instead of a Sararak. I'm so sorry. We played a Sararak's game. You think that we're not here trying to fix shit? We lost. And you're gonna lose too if you keep this up.
Is it a guarantee that we'll lose?
Have you ever known boomers to be really that moral?
I mean, fucking I'll give him a kick in the dick if that's what it takes.
Well, spiders don't have dicks, by the way.
I don't give a crap. I'm still gonna find a way to kick him in the dick.
I mean, they do have the weird injection thing, but anyways, that's understandable.
I'm
A
not gonna
kick in the
settle for anything.
groin, whatever.
I'm not gonna settle for anything less than carving out his hide myself.
Talia, roll me a persuasion check at advantage.
Oh yeah?
Let's see if you can convince the old stubborn bat and not Asajj.
Holy shit!
Oh, okay.
No, nice.
Yeah, she just raises an eyebrow and gives a smile. At least you're made out of tougher stuff. The rest of you with this one?
Yeah.
Yes? We came
Yeah.
as Chris is so confused.
All of you really think that you can take on a Sararak, huh? Think you're
That's
gonna win?
the long game. Hopefully.
Yeah, that's the hope.
Use truly is wasted on the young, but... Alright. You want my help, I'll give you my help. But if we end up pulling into another calamity, I'm blaming this on you.
How many
Wouldn't be the
calamities
first.
How
Go
many
ahead.
calamities have you been a part of?
35. Or however many fucking seasons of Sarak's done. I don't know anymore. Do you know how many years it's been? I'd be surprised I haven't gone senile yet. And she's just kind of rummaging about in her gear and equipment. It's just like... She just points to you, Electrus. You! Do you want Asajj to go with you or not? He'll be important.
Well, I mean, we kind of need all the help we can get.
You just see as Asaja gives a small smile. It's just like, so you'd like my help?
Just only if you're willing to offer it.
You see as he gives a very warm smile and tilts his head. There's just a little bit of fluffing up there. But, yeah, so you guys see as Gooby is kind of digging through old books and old trinkets. And, you guys know the orb from Treasure Planet?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, she basically pulls that out and holds it out to you. It's just like, this is a monitoring node. It'll help me keep an eye on you and will let you get back here pretty quickly. It only has a certain number of uses, and I have to accept you coming through, so I can't teleport you all the time. But, well, at least you'll be able to report back and send Asaja back if shit goes to fuck.
Is it okay if Talia reaches for it?
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah.
So
Even
Talia's...
if Q's just in the background, like, holy shit, I recognize that.
Huh.
I understood that reference.
Yeah,
I
so
understood that
Talia's gonna pick it up, and she's kind of examining it. It's the first bit of proper like high tech shit that looks even remotely something similar to what she's familiar with. Just, huh?
Do you want to
Didn't think
push
I
the
did.
buttons?
Sure. Is that an intelligence check or?
Either
the button.
intelligence or perception.
I'll do perception.
Alright. Ba-ba-ba-ba. Where is my... There it is. So we are going to move you guys out here. So as you... yeah, so you managed to figure it out. So as you're pushing the buttons on the orb, you see as a large projection of the map basically brings up, like, where you are and where you're supposed to go and stuff like that. So it really is just the map from Treasure Planet. It's a 3D model. Artist has been trying to fix his fuck up for years. Or should be.
When the 3D model of the map comes up, it's the first time that there is a noticeable grin across Talia's face.
Lord, I'm terrified of
boy.
Talia smiling.
As you should.
It is not about to say it is not about to say it is not why can I not get the phrasing? Basically, it's very akin to the expression of a hunter finally catching sight of their prey.
Oh boy.
Alright. If it really is true what you say about Artist being out, he's probably returned to Mesro. That was the last place that we managed to, well, make progress on a Serax whole game. And she just points to this section over here. You guys can see that?
Ron, I had stuff over my
Yep.
screen.
Yep.
Yep, I see it.
You're going to want a guide, you're going to want food, and supplies. Assuming you really can fight, then you'll be okay. And if, well, it hits the fan, Asaja just flies back here, and we made another god who knows how many years for Serac to throw more people at us.
So, standard mission risks.
Well, you've survived this far. So, you know. If you made it this far, maybe you'll have a chance. Who knows? Or maybe I'm just crazy.
Or maybe both.
Porcellos toast. Let's just go with Porcellos toast.
Meh.
Also, Groose, you see as Gooby walks over to you, throws her good arm around you, is just like, and you better protect this one. I like this one.
Oh, well, I like you. You're pretty cool.
You still got your Walkman on you?
My iPad or iPod? Yes.
That's when
Oh,
Gooby
yeah.
waddles over to a shelf and pulls out a very old but still working iPod.
I race over and I'm like, oh, the silver holy grail in all its majesty.
It's a Gen 1!
This is a mini.
So that's what they had.
Yeah, they had that one and then they moved up to this, so it's tinier, so you can lose it better. But the bright color makes it easier to find it when you drop it out of your pocket
Dear God.
on runs.
To make a long story short, Goob and Groose are going to be nerding out for a little while about
Good.
late 90s, early 2000s technology,
Good for
because,
them.
yeah, Gooby is a millennial, Gooby's a 90s kid.
Ta.
Goop can transform all my songs, so they have more songs.
See, that's the fun part. Goob can give you songs, too.
Songs.
Yes.
But yes, does anybody have any questions for Gooby, aka the Clockmaker, aka that old wrinkly bastard, before we call it a day?
God.
I guess the only question I can think of would be Talia asking what specifically they were trying to do in Mesrak.
In Mesro?
Mesro, sorry.
That's when Gooby's just like, well, it was where we found our second clue. Till artist
That's
fucked it
what
up, but you know.
So that's where the second clue's supposed to be.
If it hasn't changed anything.
Well, if you find him, you can just ask what he did. I'm not explaining for his own sins.
If Acerex is anything like any other game show host, they're predictable, so...
I'm realizing how many A names we have. We have a Sarac, Artis, Eletris, Asaja.
If anything, he'll just add like some crazy slides and some chainsaws just to spruce it up. But
Brought
it's the
to you
same-
by the letter A.
Looks at Groose. You do not understand how accurate that is to the future, actually, so...
I have a
Same track, just new paint.
really dumb thought of what Gooby's going to do before we call it a day, and I don't know if it's going to be in poor taste or not.
Oh, God.
I'm intrigued now.
Alright, so Gooby looks around at all of you. Who of you is strength-based?
Don't look at me.
Not me. I only have a 1.
Surprisingly, Talia's not.
Q, what's your strength mod?
Am I the strength and charisma of the group?
Yeah.
Well,
Says this out loud.
Yeah.
to be fair, I think that Groose might have a charisma that's higher than yours.
I mean,
Oh, probably.
maybe.
You are a
Well,
warlock.
obviously warlock, but... I mean, I have an
Charisma's
18 and a 60... 18 charisma and 16 strength.
Good lord.
Holy!
I
Oh.
will, yeah.
Yeah,
I will
Electris has
say
a 14 in
Talia's.
strength, so Q wins out.
I will say Talia is very grumpy about this because that's not how she was built originally.
It's
Yeah,
okay.
God
Your,
damn
your,
it,
your
Serac.
muscles are just wiggly.
Wiggly.
Yeah, so Gooby brings a long, flat object wrapped in a bit of old cloth and holds it out to you, Q.
He takes it, looks at it for a bit before unwrapping it.
Gooby has given you a +1 Yowie paddle.
I knew it!
Oh my god!
A fucking what?
a +1 Yowie paddle. It does
Alright,
1d8 bludgeoning damage, and it's
I'm
magical.
gonna head out. Thanks for letting me join this campaign.
Bruce-
Thank
Bruce
you
runs
so
out.
much for that.
And it's just like, they banned these.
Talia is just looking at this like, I have no idea what this
I've
is.
only
but
heard
it
of
just...
these from the Tumblr forums of yore.
They don't make these anymore.
The great library of Tumblr.
I am so confused as to why this word is here.
Oh my gosh, some of them would say Yowie, and the other side would say Yuri. Oh, those were the good ones.
Gooby just looks to you, Groose. You want to explain to him what a Yowie paddle is?
Oh,
Don't
you're
want to
gonna
know.
want to use. You're gonna want to use that on the big Spider-Man. His fans will die.
I feel dirty inside all of a sudden.
Yeah, this is a humiliation paddle. Okay, and he won't understand because he's a boomer, so he never went to anime conventions.
You
I
don't
wouldn't
have
say
to
it
take
goes-
it if you don't want it. I'm just offering you a magic +1 weapon.
I have a joke.
I'm-
I can't say it as Jackson though. God damn it.
I'll take the damn thing.
Yes. What if we need to canoe?
It does also work for canoeing. And slapping bitches, but you know.
So it's
Yeah.
a +1 weapon.
Yeah, it's +1, it deals bludgeoning damage, and it's a 1d8, it's one-handed. And it's versatile, so
Got
it
it.
works like a longsword.
Got it. So I am definitely going to be replacing my short sword with that because it's objectively better.
And if Electrus turns on you guys again, you can just whack him with the Yowie paddle.
Oh my god! Have fun with that, Q.
Shut your face.
I will say in canon, Talia is looking at this, and she doesn't say anything, but you can just feel the disapproval in her gaze towards it. This screams heresy, and she doesn't know why.
Electrus is quietly wheeze laughing in the background.
Yes, I
Bruce
know.
will not explain.
Yes, I know this is early in the game to give someone magic shit, but at the same time, I feel like it, and it's funny.
Also, we're Dragon Protocol.
Yes.
Yeah, that and if I run out of my spell slots, I will not be able to do magical damage at all.
I mean, I have a really dumb thought.
Hmm.
The word Yowie is embossed, so if you hit anything squishy or hit anything hard enough, you
Oh
just see an
my God.
indentation of Yowie in reverse on whatever you hit.
Oh boy.
Good night, everybody!
Good night, everybody.
Someone. I can't even say it. Never mind.
Yeah.
And this is how Miguel gets thrown off Twitch.
This is how society was crumbled.
Look, people have said
Involved
worse things
Yowie
than
paddle.
Yowie paddle.
I mean, yeah.
We are going to wrap it up though. So for those watching on the YouTube side, thank you all so much for tuning in. I hope you guys enjoyed. Comment Yowie paddle in the comments.
Jesus
Oh my god!
No one who's watching it will understand until they get to the end. But yeah, we'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye.
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 Bye.
Goodbye.
See ya.